Good morning. Thank you all for coming out in this rainy weather and taking time out of your busy days to join us today for this event. I'm Jill Hager, the Interim Benefits Manager at the County Human Resources Department, and I'm currently responsible for the county wellness program called Healthy Habits. Healthy Habits is sponsoring this screening today. This first segment of the four-part HBO documentary is called Consequences, and it examines the scope and serious health consequences of what's being called the obesity epidemic. I know this is a sensitive subject for some people, especially talking about it at work, but I just wanted to clarify that the purpose today is not to make any of you feel guilty about all the pumpkin pie that you might have eaten last week, but instead to just bring information and awareness to you about the seriousness of this issue, in hopes that we can all work together to take small steps in a healthier direction, not just for ourselves, but for the people that we know and love. Open, honest communication like that of the people in the film that you'll meet will help us all work together toward our goal of being the healthiest county by 2020. If we don't start making steps in that direction, we're just going to keep going down the path we're on now, and we won't achieve our goal. So it's important to start getting information, talking about how we can begin to make changes. So we're going to start today with a brief introduction of the film. Then we're going to view the film, which lasts about an hour. And then we're going to have about 15 minutes at the end for a brief information and question and answer session, discussion about the film. So I want this to be a real casual, comfortable environment for you. Feel free to eat your lunch, get up and stretch, whatever you need to do to make it comfortable for yourself. And just so we have a better understanding of who's in the room with us today, can you raise your hand for me, please, if you're a wellness champion in your department? Okay, great. There's about 4 of you. And how many of you are the safety coordinator in your department? The same people. Okay, and how many of you work in public health, work in health services of some sort? Okay, great. How many of you are retirees? All right, good. That helps us. Thank you very much. We are super fortunate today to have 2 very special and knowledgeable guests with us to help us chew on and digest this weighty information. With us today is Peter Rumble, the Director of Health Planning and Evaluation with the Sonoma County Health Services Department, and Dr. Lynn Mortenson, Chief of Health and Patient Education at Kaiser Santa Rosa. Thank you. Welcome, and thank you both for being here today. So Dr. Mortenson, I know you're really familiar with the film. Could you take a minute to give us a brief introduction of the film? Thank you.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you're here. It's a great way to get ready for the new year, thinking about our health and the health of our communities. It's an interesting time right now because at the turn of the last century, chronic illness, infectious disease was the big problem. But today, diabetes has replaced cholera. And we have a whole new set of things to think about. So it's kind of interesting. I love this series, Weight of the Nation. It's a 4-part series put together by HBO with the Centers for Disease Control, the Institute of Medicine, and Kaiser Permanente was also a big sponsor in this. And it's 4 parts. You can also see it online. So if you like it and you want to tell friends or family about it, they don't need to be HBO subscribers. They can go online and watch it. And it's wonderful. One thing that I'll say from having seen it a few times is that I think that it gives us some hope and inspiration, but it also seems very grave. And it's true. It is a very serious topic. But I guess I would like to just get all of us in the frame of mind before watching it that there is so much that we can do, and we have so much to be proud of. Here in Sonoma County, the needs are great, but we also are doing so much, like health action. You think about Safe Routes to School, Bicycle Coalition, CANSI. There's so much going on here. Our farmers market, we're really lucky to live in an area that has great produce. If you didn't pick one of these up, it's really cute. You cut this out and you can keep it in your wallet, and it's called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, and it's a nice shopping guide. When money is tight, you can look and see what the highest for your value in buying organic are, things like that. So we're lucky to have a lot of great resources here that we live in a relatively healthy community, even with all of the need. So this Weight of the Nation will look at what's going on in our country. Some people say, isn't it as simple when it comes to weight as just self-control and what you put in your mouth? Well, it's really not. I mean, that is part of it, but there's a spectrum of prevention, from public policy to making our neighborhoods better to strengthening our own attitudes and understanding. So it's all of those things. So I hope you'll find the movie thought-provoking and also get your creative juices going. Maybe it'll make you think twice about going through a drive-through or replacing one meal as a meatless meal per week, or joining something in your neighborhood, or maybe even starting something or learning more about the perks and putting your energy in that way. So that's the way I like to look at this movie and to think about all of the factors that influence our health.